Welcome to your Fulfillment Friday Restorative Yoga practice. I'm going to wait a few moments, allow anyone that wants to join us live. Welcome. Thank you anyone that wants to come join this evening. This is going to be a class you can come back to again and again whenever it feels good. Hopefully it's a way to unwind from our week. It's so easy to lose track of time right now. We don't have our normal structure, so hopefully this is a reminder that it's Friday. I know we can't go anywhere for our weekend, but how can we shift our energy, ground down, come back to ourselves? And remember, we can try just a little bit less. This is about nourishing our spirit and our physical bodies. So if you're joining in the practice, please find an easy seat. Allow your sits bones to firmly be planted into the earth. Start to close your eyes. Do a little body scan. Notice if there is any tension. Any areas that are calling for your attention, give them a big amount of gratitude and love. Take a breath into those spots. Breath out through your mouth. Notice any internal chatter going on. Again, acknowledge it on the inhale. Send it away on the exhale. This time is for you. It can wait outside the door. It'll still be there once we finish our practice. I like to start every class with an intention, and so I don't see any reason a virtual class should be any different. I want to come to the intention today of home. Not your physical home you live in, but your physical body, which is, yes, your home in another sense, but the one that we so often forget about tending to. So if that word resonates, let it travel through your practice. On your next breath in, sit a little taller, draw the crown of your head up. Exhale, keep this length, just send your shoulders down your back. Start to blink your eyes open. Inhale, send your arms up overhead. And turn your pinkies internally. Allow your shoulders to drop down your back. Soften the tops of them. Breathe in. Exhale, open twist to your right. Place your right fingers behind your back. Bring your left hand to your right knee. And if it feels comfortable in your neck, start to send your gaze over your right shoulder. And then use your breath here. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, twist from your belly, ring out through your internal organs. Now, funky little side stretch coming here. Keep everything else exactly where it is. Inhale, reach your right arm up toward the ceiling, and then exhale toward the wall in front of you. Feel this side stretch in your right side ribs. Inhale. Exhale, reach for your left knee, cross at your elbows. Send your gaze down. Open through the back of your heart space here. Inhale, start to lift up. Eagle wrap of your arms. Now, if this isn't accessible, reach for your shoulders. Try to bring your arms in line with your shoulders, whatever bind you have here. On your inhale, look up, lift your elbows up. Exhale, again, start to bow forward, gaze down. Again, opening the back of the heart. Inhale, lift up. Gaze follows your fingers. Exhale, round. This time, inhale, circle your arms up and around. Reach up again. Exhale, let's take it to the other side. Open, twist to the left. Tense your left fingers behind you. And then on the inhale, imagine a golden string coming out of the crown of your head. Can you imagine you inhale? I'm pulling it upward. Exhale, revolve open, send your chest open to the left side of the room. We're coming in for that funky side stretch again, so inhale, send your left arm up, keep everything else the same. Exhale, send it forward. Send breath, send love into your left side body. Breathe in one more time. Exhale, start to cross at your elbows. Reach for your right knee. Inhale, lift up. Again, eagle wrap or reach for opposite shoulders. And take a breath in, lift up, gaze up. Exhale, bow. Take your gaze down. One more time, come up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, unravel your arms. And then take your right arm around your back. Interlace hands with yourself. Then drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Hopefully you're feeling a stretch from the base of your skull through your top of your shoulder, maybe even into the shoulder blade. We have a lot of muscles that connect here. Notice if maybe tipping the nose down or turning the gaze up would find that one little spot that feels like it needs your love. Breathe into any tension here, into any sensation without any judgment. Then inhale, bring your head back on straight. Keep your hands together. I'll turn so you can see me. Drive your fist down. Open across your collarbones. Inhale. Exhale, keep your hands interlaced. Just bring them over to the right side of your body. And then drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Let's stretch out the other side of your neck. And again, our sides are more like sister and brother than twins, so this side might need something completely new. Find where you need that little stretch. I've personally been sleeping weird, I can tell this is the side I need it. Send breath into that spot. Inhale. Can you sink in deeper on your exhale? Inhale, bring your head back upright. One more time, draw your hands down. Inhale, lift your chest. Gaze up, open your throat chakra. Exhale, bring your chin back, unravel your arms. And reach for your knees. Inhale, drag your chest forward again, look up. Exhale, open the back of your heart, round, gaze down. Moving with a lot of this seated cat-cow. Inhale, come up. Exhale, round. Continue this motion on your own breath, whatever the cadence of it is. Inhale. So you lift, you open. Exhales, open the back body. Now this is a great one if we've been sitting at desks all day, and especially if we don't have our normal desk chairs, we might be lacking a little bit in our posture. We might be slouching, so just a few more times. Open up. Articulate through your entire spine as you go. Last one, inhale. Exhale back to a neutral spine. And then for just a moment, interlace your hands. Start to circle your wrist. Circle it the other way, even it out. And inhale, roll forward, tabletop. So plant your palms. And bring your knees under your hips. Your hands are hopefully right under your shoulders. Spread your fingers wide. We've already done this seated, but inhale, drop your belly low. Reach your chest up, cow pose. Exhale, cat. Let the breath go one last time. Inhale, drag your chest between your arms. Exhale, cat. Push the floor away. Inhale, find a neutral tabletop. And inhale, send your right arm up toward the ceiling. And take a few circles through your shoulder joint. Maybe you notice there's one spot that it sticks. Again, no judgment. Switch directions after you've taken a few one way. And then inhale, take your fingers high. Exhale, thread the needle. So slide your right arm onto the floor. Place your right shoulder, right side of your face onto the mat. Option to stay right here or walk your left fingers forward. Create more space across your side body and into your left armpit. If you're feeling like you want more of a twist open toward the sky, start to go for a half bind. Wrap your left arm around your body. Reach for your right thigh. And then press your grounded right arm more into the mat to open up your chest. Breathe in. Exhale, bring your left hand back under your shoulder for support. Inhale, send your right arm up. And exhale, bring it back down to the mat. Let's even out our sides. Inhale, send your left arm up. And again, take some circles. Find some opening. Do not compare your sides here. If one side feels more open than the other, switch your direction of your circles. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, thread your needle. Send your left arm long. And then try to go for whatever variation in the arm that you took on the other side, whether you walked your fingers forward or you went for that half bind. We may not have even sides, but through yoga, we try to even them out best we can. Send breath in between your shoulder blades here. Puff up through the back line of your body. Final breath in. Exhale, gently place your right hand down on your mat. Inhale to send your left arm high. Exhale again, tabletop. Now tuck your toes under here. Inhale, hover your knees for a moment. Engage your core. Keep the back of your neck long. Gaze down at the top edge of your mat. I know this is tricky, and I'm not there. There's no one to keep you accountable, so it's always an option to drop your knees, but see if you can pull into your core. Don't worry, we're not doing this for a full 30 minutes, though. If anyone wants to try and let me know how it goes, if you have a rock hard core after, take one more breath in. Exhale, send your hips up and back, send your heels low, and then lengthen your stance as you need. Maybe you walk your feet back. Bend one knee, bend the other, walk out your dog. This is maybe the first time you found yourself with your heart above your head. Down dog is technically considered an inversion. Notice how this changes the flow of your blood, how it changes your physical perspective. Press firmly into your hands, send your chest back towards your thighs. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. Now inhale, shift forward, high plank pose. And notice if you had to walk your feet back one way or the other. You want to try to come forward to your high plank, and it's the same length of a stance as your down dog. Inhale. Exhale, down dog, take your hips high again. And then inhale, send your right leg up behind you. Exhale, scorpion your dog, bend your right knee, open your hip up toward the right side of the room, and then can you take some circles through your knee? And if you take some one way, take them the other. Inhale again, open up. Exhale, close your hip. Inhale, kick your heel 1 inch higher. Exhale, half pigeon. Draw your right knee towards your right wrist. Then bring your foot towards your left. Start to slide, lengthen your left leg behind you. Now in older times, we used to believe that your shin has to be parallel to the front edge of your mat. Like all things, yoga reserves the right to change as we have new information. So if it feels more comfortable to have your heel closer to your hip, honor that. If you notice your right hip is lifted, maybe reach for a towel, for a blanket, for a pillow. Prop yourself up, support yourself here. Bring your fingers next to your hips. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, start to lower down. Maybe you find yourself right here on your forearms. Maybe you can bow your chest. Everything is valid in this position though. And again, can you set yourself up for success? Yoga is not supposed to feel painful. If you are doing it for that reason, please don't be in my class. I hope none of us are. We do this to feel good. So rather than moving through these postures and just ignoring the body, can we instead listen to what the body is telling us? It has an innate wisdom. Take a couple more breaths here. Send love to your outer hip. Send love to your glute, your low spine. And notice if this is feeling uncomfortable, if anything is coming up. Now in yogic philosophy, we believe that the hips are an area that holds a lot of not only physical tension, but emotional tension as well. So whether you believe that or not, we can all agree there's a lot of little muscles constantly working here for us to stabilize. And especially when we're sitting at home all day, they could use our attention. Take a final breath in. Sigh your breath out your mouth. As if you're moving through thick honey. start to bring yourself back up onto your palms. Walk them under your shoulders. And then, as gracefully as is possible, swing your left leg around toward the front of the room. We'll set up for seated tree, Jani Shasana. Flex your left toes towards your face. Bring your right foot into your inner thigh. Inhale, send your arms up. Range your torso over your extended leg. Exhale, start to reach towards your toes. And I'm here to tell you there is no prize or chocolate when you reach your toes. I was very disappointed. Think more about leading from your chest as if it's dying to meet your toes one day. So maybe your hands are back here. Maybe they're on your ankle. Maybe you can reach all the way for your toes. But the moment you start to hunch over, round, and you allow your shoulders to come closer to your ears, you're taking away from this lengthening. So flex your toes, lengthen through the entire back of your leg, and then ease up. Don't make this be about ego. Make it be about what feels good. Inhale. Exhale, deepen just a little. Inhale, walk your fingers back in. Place your right hand behind your hip. Inhale, stargazer. So lift your hip up, press into your right shin, your left foot. Reach your left arm long. Now you can go more for a back bend, opening your heart, or more of a side stretch, gazing more down toward the mat. Last breath in. Exhale, gently release your hips, and then come in for a butterfly pose. So connect the soles of your feet together. Make sure your sits bones are still firmly rooted into your mat. Reach for your ankles or bring your hands around your feet. Can you sit a little bit taller? Inhale. Exhale, start to lead your chest forward. We'll do this 2 times. So for this first one, try to keep length in your back. The moment your low back starts to round, come up. Actively press your feet together. Send your knees wide. Inhale. Bend your elbows, deepen, exhale. Inhale, start to come up. And then cross at your shins, roll forward to our tabletop. And take your feet back just a little. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Take your hips up and back. Inhale here. Notice any difference side to side. Maybe pedal out your feet. And inhale, send your left leg up behind you. Let's do the same thing we did on the other side. Can you open your hip? Scorpion your dog, optional circles through your knee. If you take them though, just make sure you take them both directions. Inhale, send your leg high. Exhale, square your hip. Inhale, reach your toes higher. Exhale, half pigeon on the left. Bring your left shin forward, lengthen your right leg long. Walk your fingers back to broaden your chest. Support yourself as you need. This side might feel like it belongs to a completely different body. Just go easy with yourself. Inhale. Exhale, find your degree of depth. Maybe right here, you may be able to bring your forehead to your mat, but find a place that's sustainable. Find a space that you feel like you're squaring your hips. You feel like you're not tensing your jaw. You're not clenching your muscles. Yoga does not have to look like the cover of Yoga Journal. It has to look like the posture in your body. And that could be completely different than the person next to you in a normal class. Let's use this opportunity of being home, possibly being just with our loved ones or ourselves, to not have to think about what our posture looks like, but what it feels like internally in our bodies. So wherever you are, I'm looking up at the screen, but allow your head to drop. Your neck has done so much work holding your heavy, wonderful head up all day. Can you let it go? And then notice if the internal chatter is using this moment to try to come back. Is your to-do list coming up? Are you mentally writing that email you forgot to send at noon? Cannot tell you how many emails I have composed in pigeon. This is not the goal though. Again, gather all those thoughts up, acknowledge them, notice them, inhale. Remind them this time is just for you. They don't belong here. Exhale. Inhale, start to walk yourself back up. Bring your palms under your shoulders. Stretch your chest. Then exhale again. How gracefully can we do this? Bring our right foot forward. And can you bring the sole of your left foot to your inner right thigh? On your breath in, reach up. Exhale, hinge at your hips. Send your chest forward. Notice again, are we rounding? Take your gaze where you're trying to go. Take it towards your toes. Flex your toes back towards your face. It's a heated love affair. They're just trying to touch. And if this feels like too much tension ever in the back of your knee joint, bend your knee slightly. Create a micro bend there. Protect your joint. Last breath into your low back. Last breath out. Soften, deepen. Inhale, walk your hands back in. Support yourself here. Then place your left hand behind you. Inhale, stargazer, open up. Make your choice, yogis. Choice, yogis. Challenge. Maybe it's a heart opener. Maybe it's more of a side stretch. Inhale. Exhale. Circle your arm back around. Drop your hips down. Come back to your butterfly. Bring the soles of your feet together. Either grabbing your ankles or grabbing your feet. Inhale. This time, exhale, you can round. Doesn't have to look pretty. Draw your forehead towards your feet. Another old myth we used to follow many years ago in yoga is that we can only do things in a straight spine, and then we realized, well, our spines have so many ways of moving. Why not teach them how to do each of those movements in a safe way? So this time, letting yourself round as much as you need, creating some opening, especially if you've been sitting all day. Flexing both directions should hopefully feel really good. Inhale, draw yourself back up, and just come to an easy crisscross seat. Back to how we started class. Inhale, send your right arm up. Exhale, bend your right arm and pat yourself on the back. You can bring your left hand to your right elbow. Maybe just give it a little extra stretch, but notice then if your low ribs start to flare out, we want this to be about the stretch of the back of the arm. Pull your low belly in, create engagement there. Now you have a lot of options here. You can get off the train right here, or you can continue on to the next stop, which is bringing your left hand behind your body. Now here, you might stop off. You might reach for your sports bra, your shirt, whatever you have on. If you don't have a shirt on, if you're practicing at home, who knows? You can grab a towel, just something to support yourself. Otherwise, reach for your fingers, start to interlace. Oh, and our ribs starting to flare out. Maybe start to draw your low belly in again. Gaze forward. Inhale. Exhale, release your arms. Shake out your fingers. Let's take that to the other side. So inhale, reach your left arm high. Bend your left elbow. And don't go into that bind right away. Give yourself that same little stretch first. So take your right hand to your left elbow. And then start to weave your hand behind you. Find which stop you need to get off on this side. Keep a proud, tall chest. Keep drawing the crown of your head up. Inhale. Cleansing exhale. Release your hands. And then bring your feet out in front of you. And scoot your hips forward a little bit. Reach your arms forward. And start to lower slowly down onto your back. Engage your core as you go. Don't just fling yourself down. And then take your right leg long. Pull your left knee into your chest. Give yourself a little hug here. Exhale, supine twist. Take your left knee to the right side of your body. Send your left arm out, either to a T or depending on your space. Maybe you cactus the arm. Now try to keep both shoulders grounded here. It doesn't help our twist if your knee is on the ground, but your shoulder is lifted on the left side. Try to keep both down. Keep this twist from your armpit all the way to your outer hip. Can you breathe in here? Fill up. Stay for that breath out. Inhale, come back to center. Lengthen your left leg.
Inhale, draw your right knee in, give it a hug, give it a little squeeze. Exhale, take it across your body. T or cactus out your right arm. And if it's comfortable, only if it's comfortable in your neck, take your gaze over your extended arm. Maybe right here, you start to dim your gaze. You start to slow your breath. So maybe taking the breath to a count of 1, 2, 3. And exhaling the same way, 1, 2, 3. And through starting to control the breath here, we start to control and slow the heart rate as we end our short practice. Inhale, come back to center. Draw both knees into your chest. Exhale, happy baby, widen your knees. Reach for the outside edges of your feet. Now, you might grab for your ankles, perhaps the backs of your thighs. Find what is comfortable here that keeps your tailbone grounded to your mat. Rock side to side, embody this pose. A happy baby that's just discovered they have feet, how cool. Maybe you straighten one leg, maybe you straighten the other. Feel out what's needed. And we're gonna take a lion's breath in here together. No worries if you've never done it before, I'll explain. Take a breath in through your nose. You're gonna open your mouth, stick out your tongue, widen your eyes. Exhale. And here, gather up any frustration, any anxiety, anything that's bothered you all week. It's Friday, let's let it go. Breathe all that in. Let that shit go. Bring your knees back together. Give yourself a hug. Bring your forehead towards your knees. Create yourself into a little ball. Inhale. Exhale, lengthen your legs, lengthen your arms. Shavasana pose. And before you fully sink into this well-deserved rest, make sure your palms are face up in a position of receptivity. Make sure your two toes are falling out, and then take a big breath in, maybe the most conscious, biggest breath of your week. Start to clench up your hands, your feet, scrunch up even your face. Trust me. Exhale, let it all go. Sink in here. Find rest. Honor your body. Honor your mind wherever it's at. And I'll let you know when it's time to come out. But savor a moment of fulfilled, mindful silence. And at the end of each of my classes, I read a short quote or poem. Love is what we are born with. Fear is what we learn. The spiritual journey is the unlearning of fear and prejudice, and the acceptance of love back into our hearts. Love is the essential reality and our purpose on earth. To be consciously aware of it, to experience love in ourselves and others, is the meaning of life. Meaning does not lie in things. Meaning lies within us. How can we go forward? How can we embody that, knowing that all we need is love in this trying time? Slowly start to bring awareness back into your body. And start to wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, reawaken. Let your head fall side to side on your mat. Maybe open and close your jaw, relax the muscles. And then take a long body stretch. Reach your arms long overhead if the space allows. Send your toes long in front of you. And then gather your knees back into your chest. Give yourself that last loving hug. Then fall to your right side in a fetal pose. Pause here for just a moment. In yoga, we recognize the energy systems that move through the body, specifically those that run through the nostrils.
By falling to the right side, you open the left nostril, embracing the energy of the moon, of the feminine, of water. And hopefully we can take this into our weekend. We can slow down, we can feel more like water, more flowy, stillness. With as little effort as possible, push yourself up to a tall seat. And if your eyes open along the way, just close them once you've arrived. Join your hands together in front of your heart space. Bow your chin into your chest. It is such a pleasure to have had each and every one of you join me today. Let's take a collective breath in wherever we are in the world. Inhale. Exhale. Now let's just all imagine it. It's so much more powerful in person, but I know that we can share this energy through this incredible technology. Let's take a breath in, prepare for an Om. Draw your hands up to your third eye center. Bow forward. It is such a privilege to teach each of you. If you are practicing with any others, mentally or verbally, thank them for holding this space. And above all, thank yourself for showing up, coming to your mat. Namaste, friends. I will be back next week, Friday, for another restorative practice. It is such a gift to be able to still share these teachings, even when we're far apart. I hope you'll tune in, and I hope you had a wonderful Friday. Do something really kind for yourself this weekend.